Well, I'm gonna dedicate this section to actually trying to tell you what I think of this update, because that's what a review is all about. Okay, now, so far, every single thing about Dungeoneering I like. Let's see, the armor looks awesome, the weapons look awesome. It's a constantly varying activity to do. You can see different enemies, different rooms each time, and I haven't even gotten through 1/7 of the thing. But one thing that is definitely different that a lot of players don't like, but I know I do, is that if you note, my Dungeoneering skill is currently, I've got level 9. Now, what's interesting about that is that I have been doing Dungeoneering for over 6 hours. Dungeoneering is an unbelievably slow skill to train. It takes you much longer to train Dungeoneering than you would any other skill, even though you do gain more Dungeoneering experience as you go through harder raids as your Dungeoneering level increases. Because your Dungeoneering level, mainly, its primary use is a limit on what floors you can go to, because whenever you are trying to, whenever you want to go to a certain floor in a dungeon, you need to have twice that floor's value as your Dungeoneering level. Anyway, I'm going to talk more about what I like about this, or else I'm just going to be stuck doing this the entire time. Now, you can do this with up to 5, you can do this with up to 4 friends, and also whenever you talk, you can always hear your friends in the dungeon, no matter what. Even if I'm on one complete far corner and they're in the other corner, we can hear each other just through normal talking. I mean, you don't need a clan chat. And, I guess there's really only 3 gripes I have about this. Number 1, for some reason, a lot of the lower level enemies have ridiculous defense. Like, it takes, with this Prometheum dagger, it takes me like 2 minutes to kill something that's level 50 because of how much I miss. Even though this Prometheum dagger and my base stats in the first place should allow me to kill anything that level with a ridiculous ease. And let's see, my second gripe is that this skill does not have many uses outside of Demonheim. I mean, you can get a few rewards because every time you complete a dungeon, you also get 1 out of 1/10 of the final experience you get, plus a bunch of modifiers and things that I'll cover as well. Oh, by the way, heal splats, those are awesome. With that, you also have, you get 1/10 of the experience you gain in tokens as well, and these tokens can be used to buy items. The only problem is, those tokens have those rewards have ridiculous prices. I think the lowest cost reward you can get is 5,000 tokens. That would mean 50,000 Dungeoneering experience. I have 1,000 right now, and I've played this for 6 hours. This is like even more annoying than having to do get Fist of Guthix rewards. I mean, and that's saying something because Fist of Guthix was a pain in the ass. Okay, we've gotten to the boss, so I'll talk about it before I go fight it. Now, there are different bosses at different levels, and different Dungeoneering levels allow you to fight different bosses. Each boss usually has some sort of thing that's like a kind of a quirk about it that makes it harder. For example, this gluttonous behemoth, if you notice, there's this Bovamastix carcass. These Bovamastixes can be used to make ranger armor if you hunt them or kill them and take their hides, but more on that whenever you decide to read the knowledge base yourself. And this Bovamastix carcass will be constantly eaten by this gluttonous behemoth if you do not get in its way, which means that it will constantly heal itself. So basically the quirk with this, I figured this out the first time I went through, is that if you're meleeing, you want to stand between the Bovamastix and the gluttonous behemoth, or else you're going to be royally screwed. Whenever you die, you see there's a death count in the top left corner. Whenever you die, you don't lose any items, and you can also create gate stones, which are like little places you can teleport to, using the Gatestone teleport spell, which requires no runes. And you also have the Dungeon Home teleport, which teleports to the base room, which is where the smuggler is, and you have infinite teleport to that as well. But whenever you use a Gatestone teleport, the Gatestone breaks, so it's always good to have a few extra Gatestone creation spells, so you can drop a new one. Anyway, the item that I would really want to get requires 21 Dungeoneering to use and 21 prayer to use, but it requires 110,000 Dungeoneering tokens, which is over 1.1 mil. This is about 1,110,000 experience. And to go up for comparison, my smithing current my mining current experience is 1,010,000. It's 73. Why the hell would they bother putting a 21 Dungeoneering requirement on it if you need to get so many damn tokens and you only get tokens from getting 10 of an experience per token? Like, there's no point to have a level 21 Dungeoneering item when you need to have at least level 74 to even get it, to even actually obtain it in the first place, because they're all untradeable. But what the item is actually is the Bone Crusher, which means that whenever enemies drop bones and you have it in your inventory, it'll instantly convert the bones to prayer experience, which is nice if you want to like slay and get that tiny bit of prayer experience every time, or you don't want to keep carrying dragon bones back and forth. You just want the experience instead of saving them up like a smart person, like me. No, as in I'm a stupid person. I would want to use the Bone Crusher for that. Anyway, into the boss room, because once you kill the boss. And this boss uses magic, and melee, and ranged. Let's stand between it and the Bow Mask's carcass, and we will kill this boss and wield my Catagon. I made deflect mage. And so whenever you finally finish a dungeon, you'll get to see a screen that shows all the experience you get and all the modifiers that help modify the actual amount of experience that you get as well. Because there are a lot of them. There's the deaths, there's the floor size, there's what floor you went on, there's whatever you had prestige for it. If you want to know what prestige is, read the knowledge base again. Okay, I'll actually... Damn, I killed already. Anyway, if you notice, that door now opens. And sometimes you get an item if you kill a boss, but the item is usually not that good anyway, except I did get this Prometheum dagger from a boss once. Once you choose to exit end the dungeon, you automatically go to the next complex dungeon or the same complexity, even though you should just get an option to plain exit. But that's for a later update. And like I said, there isn't a whole lot of use for it outside, because the only things you get, like in terms of like combat equipment, for example, are items that last for 10 hours in combat before needing to be recharged. And well, they don't last like 10 hours in combat, when the maximum you might have to spend to recharge one of those items is 1,000,000 coins. Either 1,000,000 coins or a combination of coins and Dungeoneering tokens. I prefer to spend the 1,000,000 because the tokens are a pain in the ass to get. Because okay, I'll show you. Whenever I've now just completed a dungeon, and you also get to see a bunch of like little nicknames and things that you get to. Like I got Berserker and Survivor. One time I managed to get MVP for the heck of it. It was hilarious. I just got MVP with a group, and I actually never did any fighting. And I guess that's the first experience I would usually get. I had a small dungeon, so no bonus for that. I didn't go into any extra rooms, which are called bonus rooms, but I didn't think there were any in the first place. I had difficulties 1 to 1, the level moderate, complexity is 2, so it killed my experience. And you see my total modifier is 54%. So I got 12 experience and 1 token from 22 for that whole thing, which took like 15 minutes. And now it goes into complexity 3, but so like Dungeoneering is definitely fun, but this is my third gripe. Why is it a skill? Why the hell is this thing a skill? Like, if this was as a minigame, this would be one of the greatest minigames ever. I don't care if they're called activities, I'm still calling them minigames. It's definitely it would probably be one of the greatest minigames ever to hit RuneScape. I mean, it mixes stealing creation with like running through dungeons. What else could you ask for as an MMORPG nerd? I mean, hell. So what if they copied some things off of World of Warcraft? I don't care. I don't play that game very much at all, so I don't care. And I'm getting close to the end of the video, so I'm just going to say, what do I rate this? It's definitely probably one of the most fun things ever, and if it weren't, and everything about this thing, this activity, I'd give a 10. Except, I don't know why it's a skill, and token rewards are a pain. So, the token rewards take it down 1, but the fact that it's a skill, I'm not sure what I'd give to that. I mean, I could probably give it anywhere between a 7 and a 9, just because the entire actual activity itself is unbelievably fun. and getting to have parties doing this with makes it even more fun, but like, I just don't understand why it's a skill. There really is not that much of a use of it being a skill other than giving you new things that you could have easily had a plain rating system to be used for. I mean, instead of having 120 Dungeoneering, you could have had like 2 billion rating for you to be able to bind 4 items. I mean, there's so many different ways it could have dealt with this that didn't involve having a whole new skill for it. There needs to be more uses outside of Demonheim for this to be a true skill. Anyway, my ranting, that's enough for my ranting. I'd like to hear your guys' responses in the comments about this, but I don't know, it's your choice. So, anyway, thanks for listening to me rant and review again. So, post in the comments whether you have an opinion on this, whether you want to rate, or you just want to laugh at my extreme amounts of stuttering. But my time's about up, so thanks for watching.